All right, welcome back to the Upset Open, and now we have Rybakina versus Mboko, which I thought was going to be match of the day, but I think the last match takes it. I don't know how this match is. I mean, this match has to go all the way to the final set if we're going to have a better match than the last one. But man, what a crazy time! I mean, February is known for upsets. Where it's not like after the Australian Open, everybody who won at the Australian Open keeps winning, right? This happens, right? February always seems to be a bit of a strange month where players drop off or different players get a chance to win and other players win trophies. You know, it's not always as simple. It's not easy for the players that have been in form. And we saw that yesterday with Rybakina having a tough match. We've seen that with Andreeva losing to Mboko, who, she had a match point. We just saw it with Swiatek, right? So, yeah. It's been an interesting week. All right. All right, here we go. Great week of tennis so far. It's been crazy. It's been so much fun. So much fun. And we still haven't even got to the semis yet. All right. I'm ready. I got my tennis ball print onesie on. Hey, nice. Swiatek knew it was a double bounce. So glad she lost. Did she know, though? Did she actually say that to you after the match? Elena's outfit always looks lovely. She's rocking the... I think she's still rocking the Australian Open outfit. Here we go. It's going to be on Mboko to serve. This is going to be a clash of servers. Let's see. Let's see who can ace the other. We saw yesterday Zhang out-ace Rybakina, but still lose. As we return now from Rybakina, forehand from Mboko. Rybakina forehand goes long. Love 15. I'm going to go with Rybakina in 3. Sally, no. I think somebody was just trying to be annoying. 15 love. As a default from Mboko. Second serve. As Mboko hits it in the net, 15 all. As we have a forehand from Mboko. Into the backhand of Rybakina. Mboko backhand to the forehand of Rybakina. Into the forehand of Mboko. Rybakina forehand again to the forehand of Mboko. Rybakina forehand again. Goes in the net. 30-15. Rybakina forehand in the net. again, 40-15. $40-15. And then an ace. All right. 1-love. 1-love. All right. Rybakina to serve. All right, serve from Rybakina. First time she's serving tonight. And it's a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Into the backhand of Mboko. Forehand of Rybakina. Mboko forehand into the backhand of Rybakina. Mboko on the attack with a backhand winner. Love 15. As we serve again from Rybakina. The fault. Second serve. Serve at the backhand of Mboko. Return into the backhand of Rybakina. And she hits it wide. Love 30. All right, love 30. Now, these two have played before. They played last year a couple of times. First match went to Rybakina. Then Mboko won the match in Canada. And then in Japan, Rybakina got the win. So 2-1 Rybakina. If Mboko wins, she's top 10. If Rybakina wins, she could be number 2 if she makes the final. So that's what's at stake ranking-wise for these two ladies. Okay, that goes out by Mboko. Good serving from Rybakina. All right, it's Rybakina. Good serve, 40-30. All right, 400 rally. The slice goes in from Mboko, and then Rybakina hits it long on the forehand. We get to deuce. We get to deuce. All right, as Rybakina gets to advantage. All right, so a slice from Mboko. And then the backhand from Rybakina is good. Mboko puts up a lob. And then Rybakina with a smash. Mboko gets it back. Rybakina drop shot. Mboko gets it with a forehand. Rybakina with a lob again. Mboko with a smash. Winner. Good hustle by Mboko. Back to deuce. Very good hustle by Mboko. At least Swiatek doesn't need to play Penko. Yeah. Bright side. He's looking at the silver lining. All right. Serve again as the return goes in the backhand of Rybakina. Mboko backhand, the backhand of Rybakina. Rybakina's backhand hit the tape and went wide. And it's advantage on Mboko to get the break to start us off. All right, Rybakina serves again. As the return goes in from Mboko to the front of Rybakina. Mboko in the net with a forehand, and we get back to deuce. Back to deuce. Winner of this will take on Ostapenko, who beat Cocciaretto earlier today. All right, serving to the backhand of Mboko. Good return. Zachary gets it. Does she? No, she didn't. It was Rybakina. And then Mboko hits it long. And it's advantage Rybakina. Advantage Rybakina. And the return goes in the backhand of Rybakina. Backhand from Mboko into the front of Rybakina. Mboko forehand down the line. Rybakina there with a slice. Mboko with a slice forehand. Rybakina's back in the rally. Mboko pass. Rybakina volley. Mboko forehand. Winner. Great rally again. Back to deuce. Back to deuce. Good rally. Okay. Back to deuce. As the return goes into the front of Rybakina in the net. And it's advantage on Mboko to get the break. All right. Return goes in the back of Rybakina. Mboko, backhand to the backhand of Rybakina. As Mboko hits a forehand to the forehand of Rybakina. Into the forehand of Mboko on the stretch. Rybakina gets it and hits a winner down the line. Beautiful shot. And we get back to deuce. Great shot from Rybakina on the stretch. All right. Forehand now from Rybakina. She puts that away, and it's advantage Rybakina. Advantage Rybakina. Do you think Swiatek needs a split with Wim Fizet? No. They won Wimbledon. I think that buys him some time. By the way, Vukov is still not there. He must be sick. That's the only explanation. He must be ill. Because he is not there. All right, Mboko with another winner, and it's back to deuce. All right, an ace from Rybakina. Is it a winner by... No, Rybakina missed it. All right, as Mboko hits a return winner, it's advantage Mboko. Head-to-head is 2-1. In favor of Rybakina. All right. As Mboko with another break point. As the forehand goes long by Mboko, we're back to deuce. This is a Wait, hang on. Did that go in? What was that? What happened? Oh, no, chat. What did I miss? Did Rybakina's shot go out? Mboko didn't hit the pass in, did she? She must have. Yeah, Mboko with a great pass. Oh, it landed in. Rybakina blocked the ball from the screen when she moved across, and you couldn't see the ball land because Rybakina was in the way. And Mboko didn't react, so I didn't know what to expect. Pay attention, Kemi boy. Hey, why don't you mind your own business? All right, 2-love. That is Sir to you, all right? Sir Professor Williams, tennis professor, Mr. That's Professor Sir to you. 15-love. As with a serve in the net. Second serve. As the return goes in from Rybakina, a great return winner. 15-all. Schedule for tomorrow. Let me see what time I am doing things. Can I go party first? Can I go outside first? Ostapenko. Oh, interesting. 6 p.m. What the hell does that time mean? Is it starting at 2 a.m.? Please don't start at 2 a.m. Not 2 a.m. Why? Why would you do that? The matches start at 2 a.m.? God, I can go party. Cam need a new pair of glasses. You know, mind your manners. 15:30. I can see just fine. Who said that? 15:30. What's Rotterdam tomorrow look like? God, there's just all these Aussies playing. I don't want to watch any of them. Anyway, it's 15:40. God, 2 a.m. sucks, mate. 2 a.m. That's brutal, man. Anyways, that's out on the return from Mboko. We're back in a back on serve. 2-1. All right. We're back on serve. Cam, when is Dubai starting? It starts on Sunday. Sunday day. Sunday. During the morning. Excited for Shelton Manarino? Nice. I got no idea what I'm going to do. Because we'll watch on Mboko versus... we'll watch Ostapenko versus the winner of this match. Yeah. You're a night out, not by choice. Yeah, just... I just got to figure out what I'm going to do between like 11 p.m. and 2 a.m. Because I'm not going to go to sleep. Sunday humiliation. I have no idea what you do on Sundays, but I watch tennis, so I don't know what you're up to, brother, on Sundays, but no humiliation. What are you doing? Hey? What are you doing on a Sunday? Huh? I don't want to know. Keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself. Play Mario? Yeah, I might have to just play Mario. Watch a movie? Yeah. What's tomorrow? Friday. I got nothing. Rybakina has to make the final to be number 2. You're going to binge watch Friends? All right. They were on a break, apparently. See, I know Friends. I saw that once. Pivot. Right? Pivot. Right? 15, love. Friday the 13th. That is true. Yeah. That's how I got this couch up here. All right. 15, love. As it a 4-4 rally. We're back on serve here as Mboko on the net. 30, love. Now, I wonder, out of these two, if either of them are going to be tied from yesterday's matches. They both played long matches yesterday. Physical matches yesterday. So I wonder if either of these two will be fatigued. Or both, maybe. Rybakina has played more tennis this year. Maybe. Ace number T. He gets yelled at by his wife on Sundays? Oh, is that what happens on Sundays? Sorry, Monday humiliation. My bad. What do you do on Mondays, though? Still, the humiliation thing's the thing. It's not the day of the week. It's the humiliation part that I'm like, what? What do you mean? Like, I know, like you could do it on a Wednesday. I don't know what that, but what do you mean? Shank return goes out, and it's 2-all. 22 minutes played for 4 games. This is a bit of a grind. What's the Rybakina ace count so far this year? Great question. That is a great, relevant question. Chat, learn from people that make great questions, and then you say great questions. Lilia, that is a great question. And chat should all lead by your example. Or go by your example. 75. Mboko, 52. She's hit the 5th most aces this year so far. Wong, Castella, Parks, all within the middle, and then Sabalenka at number 6, just behind Mboko. So there you go. Great question. But yeah, 75. So I'm guessing after this week, probably close to 100. All right, 15-all. There's a point now from Rybakina to the point of Mboko. Rybakina wins the point. And it goes out by Mboko, 15-30. Today is my birthday that I don't celebrate. But I celebrate Maria winning. And hopefully Bublik. Hey, Caroline. Happy birthday to you. 30-all. Today is your day of birth. 30-all. Rybakina's won 8 of the last 10 points. Serving the back end of Rybakina. Rybakina in the net, 40-30. Also remember that it's the rarest month to be born in is February. February babies, there's not as many of us as there are other months of the year, statistically. So remember that too. 40-30. So over to the backhand of Rybakina. Point out from Mboko. Rybakina backhand passing shot. Too good. Mboko just hit the approach straight to Rybakina. Didn't even make a move. And it's deuce. We get to deuce. All right, forehand rally. As Mboko goes the backhand of Rybakina. Mboko forehand into the forehand of Rybakina. Again to the forehand of Mboko. Rybakina backhand crossed into the slice of Mboko. She hits a drop shot. Rybakina hits a forehand in the net. Swiatek should take notes on that shot. Because that is something that she needs to bring into her game against these types of players. All right. Advantage on Mboko to stay in front. As Rybakina wins a point, we get back to deuce. Back to deuce. As Mboko, good serve. Advantage. Deb.
Happy birthday, Dutchie.
Hey, happy birthday, Dutchie. What's up? All right. Mboko can't hold yet. Back to deuce. All right. As we go back to deuce. All right. Mboko holds. Good serving. Mboko takes the lead again. 3-2. Three, two. All right. All right. What am I reading? Oh, just a novel. Just reading the Lord of the Rings trilogy. It's a good read. It's good. You should get it. Slightly off topic, but why is Kellen Sky not won a title? Is it a mental thing? 3-2 on Mboko. As we're back in a backhand cross court, that's a good shot. Mboko can't get it. Love 15. Love 15. There's that hat again. Give me one of those hats. Where's that guy? Is he still here? Hey, guy, you here? Where you at? Give me one of those hats, please. Send it to the PO box, please. As the backhand return goes in the forehand of Rybakina. That's a good shot on Mboko. Puts up a lob, but it's wide. 30 love. 30 love. $30. All right, 30 love. 30-15, sorry. Want to watch Mukova, but it won't start for another 3 hours at this rate. True. 30-15. As the return goes net by Mboko. 40-15. $40-15. All right, 40-15. All right, there's a bit of forehand rally. Rybakina down the line, the backhand of Mboko. Rybakina backhand. Into the foot of Mboko on the stretch. Rybakina hits a winner. Cross court, 3-3. Cam, if you could put money on which Grand Slam Vicky could win first, which would it be? Hard courts. US Open feels like the one just because she'd have more support there, but also that one by that time of year, it's a lot more open. Everybody knows it's a bit more random. But I think she's got a good chance of winning the Australian Open too. I think Australian Open is definitely a possibility. Now, we'll figure out this answer because we haven't seen Mboko play a full season yet. So is she going to be one of those players that we get to the US Open and she's going to be tired, right? Because last year she was playing a lot of tennis, but she wasn't playing this level and this week in, week out, right? She was grinding it out on the challenger circuit and getting, rising up the rankings, right? But playing at this level every day, we'll see if that takes a toll on her once we get to New York. But yeah, maybe US Open or the Australian Open for sure would be my pick. But we'll find out at the end of the year if by the time we get to the US Open, is she going to be fit, right? Is she going to be okay? Because by that time, a lot of players are tired. A lot of players are sore. And she was sore last year, but that was because she got injured in Canada. It wasn't because well, maybe it was a combination of she got injured in Canada, but she also played a lot of tennis. By the time she got to New York, she was sore. So if I had to pick one, I'd say Australian Open. I think Australian Open's a better chance because also the Australian Open, besides Sabalenka making the final, the last couple of years, Rybakina this year and Keys last year, even Sabalenka winning it, right? The last player to win it that wasn't a big hitter was Barty. Osaka was winning it before that. So, Mboko's probably best chance is Australia. Because it's a big hitters, tournament, right? The big hitters on the women's side seem to do well consistently. All right, break points, 15-40. But yeah, I'll go with Australian Open. As the return goes in the front of Mboko. Mboko hits wide. There's the break. We're back in the leads, 4-3. All right. Four-three Rybakina. She got injured carrying that Canada trophy. Yeah, that trophy is wild. All right. All right. All right. Love 15. We're back on the net. Cam is so bored. No, I'm just like multitasking. But I'm glad you're taking notes and paying attention. Thank you. Let me make sure I get your name right so I can call you out in front of the class. Samal. Thank you, Samal, for studying the stream so intently. Anyways, 15 all. As we're back into serves. FAA news? What, did he pull out? He'll play UTS. No. I thought it was interesting. That's cool. Great. 30-15. I thought it was relevant to today. All right, 30-15. By the way, Leon, have you played Mario Tennis Fever? Or is that not I know it's not on Switch 1. I don't want to get a Switch 2. What a waste of money, but... All right, 30-15. Thanks, Dutchie. Serve goes in the backhand of Mboko, and that goes out by Mboko on the forehand. It's 40-15. No, that's right. I thought it was like something from like today's matches or something. But he's playing exhibition before Monte Carlo. That's good. Who else? Do you know who else is playing that? 40-15. There's a bit of foul. Second serve. As the return goes in by Mboko. Nice backhand return. All right, 40-30. That's right, Dutchie. As Mboko hits a great return, it's deuce. Is Nola going to play the clay? Yeah. I mean, at this stage, yeah. He hasn't said anything else. He hasn't said no, he's not, so. Deuce. First serve is a fault. Second serve. As the return goes a forehand of Rybakina. Forehand now from Mboko. Goes long. It's advantage Rybakina. Advantage Rybakina to consolidate this break. Keep this break. Whatever. Hold. Now we get a fault second serve. Who will win this match? I don't know. Stick around and find out. As we got a backhand into the forehand of Mboko. And Mboko hits a winner and we're back to deuce. Back to deuce. All right. Nice ace again from Rybakina. And it's advantage Rybakina to keep the break. Return goes back into Rybakina. Mboko slice into the net. And it's 5-3. All right, 5-3. As the return goes to front of Mboko, backing up from Rybakina. Mboko again to the back of Rybakina. Rybakina in the net. $15 Rybakina needs to get to the final to overtake Swiatek in the rankings. Yeah. No, it's not if she wins today. Yeah, if Rybakina wins today, she's still 100 points behind. So, Rybakina has to make the final. 30 love. Can you imagine if Penko beats Rybakina to keep... You know what's going to happen now? Rybakina's going to play Penko. Penko's going to play the worst match she's played all week. Because Swiatek can't... She doesn't want Swiatek to be number 2. You know that's going to happen, right? Penko's going to put in a stinking, terrible match. I wouldn't say on purpose, but... Penko's going to play Rybakina, play the worst match of the week, and then Rybakina's going to get to the final without breaking a sweat in 55 minutes, and Swiatek's going to go down number 3. And that's what Penko wants. 40-15. I was going to say Penko denies Rybakina number 2. No. Penko allows Rybakina to go to number 2 and denies Swiatek of staying there. That sounds more like it. And even though they don't play each other this week, Penko strikes again. 40-30. I'll tell you, if that happens, if Rybakina wins this match and Ostapenko plays terrible tomorrow, remember what I said. All right, forehand goes out by Mboko. We get to deuce. Penko will do anything. Yeah. All right. Mboko's hits way too many errors. Give me Insta ID. No. A7T. Advantage Mboko to make Rybakina serve for the set. She would be that petty. Nah, it's all just fun and games. Good serving on Mboko. All right. Rybakina's going to have to serve for this set. All right. I wish they would have played each other in this tournament. Penko and Swiatek, yeah. Yeah. All right. Five four. Rybakina serving for the set. There's Mboko forehand into the front of Rybakina. Mboko again forehand to the front of Rybakina. Into the front of Mboko. Rybakina down the line to the back end of Mboko. Slice for Rybakina as Mboko back in down the line again. Slice for Rybakina now. And as Mboko hits a tape and it goes in. She would have hit a winner anyway, but she says sorry. Wins a point. All right. As Rybakina serves another ace. Anyways, 15:30. Chance for Rybakina to Mboko to break back. 15:30. As Mboko can't get that one. Oh no, because Rybakina hit it out. All right, 15:40. $15.40 on Mboko to break back. As with a forehand now to the forehand of Rybakina. Rybakina in the net. 5-all. 5-5. We're back on serve. All right, 5-5. All right, backhand from Mboko goes wide, and it's love 15. As Mboko serves again. As Mboko serves a fault second serve. As Mboko wins a point, 15-all. As the return goes to front of Mboko, but Mboko hits it wide. 15-30. $15.30. Serve again from Mboko. Here's a let. As the return goes to forehand of Mboko. Mboko in the net, 15-40. Rybakina to get the break again. 15-40. As Mboko serves the fault, second serve. Serving to the back of Rybakina, return. Into the foot of Mboko. Rybakina backhand. To the back of Mboko. As they go backhand to backhand. Rybakina down the line in the net. On the backhand, 30-40. Please share video. I can't do that. Can you stream match? No, I cannot do that. Video, please share. I can't do that. Go Canada. All right. 30-40. Still break point. Is it a backhand now into the forehand of Mboko? Forehand of Rybakina. Mboko goes to the backhand of Rybakina. And Mboko forehand. Lands in. And we get the deuce. Why? Because that's illegal. That's against the rules. But you can watch it on WTA TV. All right. We get the deuce. And return the back into the net from Rybakina. Mboko advantage. To take the lead again. Is it a forehand from Mboko? That's a winner. All right, 6-5. Mboko gets back the lead. And she's going to make Rybakina serve to stay in the set now. All right. In the US, Mboko is turning into a scary player. She sure is. She is a dangerous player. If Mboko wins, she'll be number 10. Yep. That is correct. Hey, David will play and he beat Stan. Mboko has the lead. I want those hats. I need one of those hats. I want one of those hats so bad. All right. Please. Somebody go to Doha. Send it to me, please. All right. 6-5. Mboko as Rybakina forehand. Into the forehand of Mboko. Rybakina forehand to the backhand slice of Rybakina as they go backhand to backhand. Rybakina goes wide on the backhand down the line. Love 15. Love 15. Serving the front of Mboko. Back into Rybakina. Mboko slice. Into the front of Rybakina. Rybakina overhits it. Love 30. What the hell are we watching? Tennis. Sport. All right. Love 30. She serves an ace. As we default second serve. As a return goes in the net by Mboko, 30 all. As Rybakina serves a fault. Here's a chance. Second serve. Seven to the backhand of Mboko. Backhand of Rybakina. Goes long. We've got a set point for Mboko. 30-40. Mboko to take the first set here. $30-40. All right, serve is a fault. Second serve. Into the back of Mboko. Good return. Rybakina backhand goes long, and Mboko takes the first set. 7-5. Fights back to take the set. Upset open. It's an upset open. I told you this at the start of the day. All right. Mboko 7-5. She takes it. All right. She's the real deal. Yeah, Mboko's legit. Yep, another upset on the cards. 13 winners, 15 errors by Rybakina. 16 winners, 22 errors by Mboko. They both had 5 break points. Mboko took 3. Rybakina took 2. Impressive by Mboko. Oh, yeah. To fight back from 3-5 down. Vukov isn't there. Again, not sure why. But he is not there. If Mboko wins, first set is technically over so. If Mboko wins first set, it's technically over so. Well, the first set is over because, yeah. All right. I don't know where Rybakina is. Did you go to the bathroom or what's up? I tell you what, though, I'd love Mboko to win the whole thing. That'd be so sick to see, for her to have 2 1,000 titles. Trainers coming out. I think 4 Mboko, maybe? Yeah. Mboko's got the trainer. It looks like pointing at her elbow. Yeah, she's got pain in her arm. So she's getting an assessment. That would be crazy. Oh, yeah. How cool. That is so good, though. That's so cool, though. Like 12 months ago, Mboko wasn't even playing these events. She wasn't even playing the qualities of these events. She was playing ITF events. Just started watching. How's Mboko and Lena playing? They're both playing okay. They're playing well. They're serving well, obviously, but yeah, Mboko just all the momentum to take that set. If Mboko wins this, she's in top 10. Yes, yep. That is true. Mboko was a joy to watch. Seems mentally strong. Oh, yeah. All right, Rybakina's coming back from the bathroom. All right. So Mboko is getting a medical timeout on her arm. Yeah, like her forearm on her right hand, on her right arm. So her dominant hand. All right. And the winner of this play is Ostapenko. Is Mboko playing 1000 Doha? Yes, this is the 1000 Doha. Like this is the 1000. You mean Dubai, though? She is playing Dubai. I mean, both these ladies are playing Dubai. By the way, Rybakina is getting... So Vukov is not there. So the assistance is coming from the rest of the team. But yeah, Vukov, he was here on day one, but he hasn't been here since in the last two matches. Who took the medical timeout? All right, we've got 45 more seconds of this medical timeout. Will Mboko retire? I hope not. Yeah, I know it's Ostapenko's former coach who's jumped on the Rybakina team. Okay, Mboko. First set in the bag, 7-5. After 1 hour. Rybakina won't even take advantage of this situation. Oh, Weston. Oh, yes. All right. Good serve down the tee. The return goes in. The forehand from Mboko. Forehand from Rybakina. Mboko into the backhand of Rybakina. There's Mboko backhand again. The backhand of Rybakina. Into the backhand from Mboko. Rybakina with a forehand cross court. Mboko forehand on the stretch. Rybakina goes down the line. Off the tape. And then the volley from Rybakina is too good. Great volley, Rybakina. By the way, Chet, should we start putting like a injured symbol next to people's names? Nah. Is Rybakina injured? No. Mboko is. Maybe we should, because if everyone comes in and asks, are they injured? We should probably have an injured thing on the, like, if there's an injury, we'll actually we put a symbol on the screen. Maybe, because then that way people coming in asking if there's an injury, it's on the screen, so you don't have to ask. I love 30. That actually might actually be a good idea. All right, 15:30. All right, 30 all. As Mboko gets to 40, 30. All right, Mboko holds one love. One love in the second. All right. All right, nice hitting from Mboko. Love 15. As we're back in it with an ace. 15 all. Nice serve again. We're back in at 30-15. As Rybakina serves again, 40-15. Rybakina serving better than yesterday. but she's losing, so. 40-15. As Mboko, good return, 40-30. All right. As Rybakina holds. 1-1. 1-1 in the... in the second. Whoops. Is that good? I feel like that's not the worst idea. All right, 30-15. Your feed's delayed. Okay. 30-15. As it a 4 now winner from Rybakina. MTO doesn't mean a scratch. Doesn't mean their injury is serious nature. And they retire a scratch at best. And Mboko just said, well, you let me... I'll do this, and you just chill, right? I'll run the show, and you can just sit back and relax, all right? 30-all. As a backhand slice from Mboko, Rybakina comes in, puts it away, and it's 30-40. Break point. Break point for Rybakina in this second set. Rybakina's a great player no matter what others say. Yeah, who's saying what? All right. Mboko serves a fault second serve. Serving the back of Rybakina. Good return to the foot of Mboko. Mboko hits it out. Rybakina gets the break. 2-1 in the second. Winner plays Ostapenko tomorrow in the semis. All right. The injury sign is not necessary. Chat. I feel like people are complaining. Does the injury symbol help? Or does it not help? Having an injury sign next to somebody who's hurt, is that good or a bad thing? Does it help or is it annoying? Let me know in the chat, because I can get rid of it with a click of a button. Keep it for drama. Okay. Yes, it helps. Perfect. It helps. It's helpful. Leave it. What does the injury sign mean? It means the person's injured. It's good. It helps. It's annoying. Don't remove it. I thought it was a Swiss flag. Well, you got to do more research because the Swiss flag is the opposite colors. It's fine. It helps. All good. Okay. It's okay. Do what makes you happy. You know what? That's good advice. I will. It does make me happy, so I will do it. 2-1 Rybakina. She has the break in the second, but she also was up a break in the first set and she lost. It's most definitely agitating. Well, we're definitely keeping it then. If that's the agitating, exaggerating, 100% keeping it for the drama. 2-1. All right, that forehand goes in the net by Mboko. It's 15-love. It's really good. Okay, so like 99% of people say it's a good thing. So good. An ambulance instead would be better. Would it? You want me to put an ambulance emoji? That's actually kind of funny though. I would actually, you know what? Maybe it is better. Maybe the ambulance emoji is actually better. Do you want the heart with the... No, that looks like a Swiss flag, though. Anyways, 15-0. Is that is that better or worse? Better or worse with the ambulance? I feel like it's worse, personally, but whatever. Better or worse? Oh, do you want a Band-Aid emoji? Is that actually a Band-Aid emoji? Might not be a bad idea. Or a bandage emoji. Actually, that might not be a bad idea. Bandage emoji might be a good idea. All right, 40-15. Nope, it's worse. Nope, okay. All right, 40-15. That goes out by Mboko. It's 3-1. Maybe like a bandaged head face? Okay, maybe. All right, ace from Mboko. 15-love. All right, 30-love is Mboko to 40-love. But Rybakina's got the break. All right, Mboko holds. Is that better? I feel like that looks a bit better. All right. 3-2 Rybakina. That's better. What about this? Does anyone can you actually see what that is? I feel like that's too small. Is that better? I don't know. Is that better, or do you like the other thing better? Looks like a baguette. I know, right? I don't know if it has the intended effect. It looks like it doesn't look on a screen. It looks too small. I think we'll just stick with the first aid kit. Thought it was a breadstick for a second. Okay, well, we'll stick with the first aid kit, because Mboko did have a medical timeout, and she does have a sore arm. Her forearm needed treatment, so that is why there is an injury symbol next to her name. All right, return goes in the forehand of Rybakina. Rybakina overhits it. And it's 15-all. Serve again. There's a fault. Second serve. The other one was better. What? The random, what you're talking about, the circle. As the return from Mboko is, no, it's a double fault, sorry. 15-30. A chance to get back on serve here on Mboko. All right, 15-30. As a backhand return from Mboko goes to the slice of Rybakina. Mboko comes in and puts a forehand down the line. Up goes a lob by Rybakina, and it's long. And it's 15-40. Mboko to get back on serve. $15-40. All right, serve again. There's a fault, second serve. And there's a return from Mboko, the forehand of Rybakina. Rybakina on the net. There's the break back. We're back on serve. You want me to put a sore head emoji, do you? Everybody's hurt. Yay or nay, chat? Yes or no? All right, 15 love. As the return goes into the forehand of Mboko, backing out from Rybakina. Into the forehand of Mboko. As Rybakina wins a point and Mboko overhits it. That looks like a hangover. Okay. We'll stick with the briefcase of medical equipment. All right, 15:30. As the return goes back and slice to Rybakina. Rybakina in the net, 30-all. As Mboko serves again. Looks like the Swiss flag. You don't know what the Swiss flag looks like if that's what you think it looks like. That's not what the Swiss flag looked like at all. Return goes into the forehand, but it's out by Rybakina. It's 40-30. Who's injured? Rybakina. Mboko. Fuck. There's a symbol on the screen for a reason. Why is there a sign there? Because she's injured. All right, serving to the backhand for Rybakina. Mboko backhand goes wide. We get to deuce. What's wrong with Mboko? She's got an arm injury. As the return goes to forehand of Mboko, backing up from Rybakina. Goes out. Advantage. Mboko. What would the sign be when someone goes to the toilet? We don't need to do that. As that goes down the line to the forehand of Mboko. Mboko goes wide. And it's back to deuce. Back to deuce. As Mboko makes an error on the serve. Second serve. As the return goes back into Mboko. Backing out from Rybakina. Into the back of Mboko. She hits it deep into the back of Rybakina. Mboko slice. Goes wide. All right, advantage Rybakina to get the break. You know when you watch too much tennis when your auto corrects as Valentova instead of Valentine's. That's true. Funny. That is funny. Serving to the forehand, Rybakina. Good return. Mboko slice. Goes wide. Rybakina breaks again. All right, 4-3. 4-3. Who's injured? I feel like Chad, is it not obvious? Maybe it's because it's new. We'll get the hang of this eventually. Give me that hat. I need the hat. Because I think also it's a benefit to have this on the screen because if somebody does have a medical timeout or does get injured and then they're playing injured and they win, that should be acknowledged. It's so hard because I want both of them to win. Yeah, that is hard. me. If little comment in front of the sign can be permitted, I don't want to clog it up too much. I don't want to write like, because the thing is, if you come in and you see that there's a little injury thing next to somebody, then we can tell you what was going on. You know? I don't want to write a paragraph about what is going on. But hopefully it helps. All right. As Rybakina serves another ace. 15 love. Rybakina's been serving well today. She should have won the first set. She was up 5-3. She then lost all momentum. All right, so it goes out by Mboko, 30 love. As with a 4-4 rally. Slice from Mboko is no good. Rybakina puts it away. And just fault from Rybakina, second serve. Serve again. Into the back of Mboko. Return the back of Rybakina, but it's out by Mboko. All right, 5-3 Rybakina. This is where she was in the first set. And then Mboko won 4 games in a row. So let's see what happens next. All right. As with the backhand return from Rybakina into the back of Mboko. Mboko hits it out. And it's love 15. Serve. Into the forehand of Rybakina, but she hits it out in the return. 15-all. As the return goes out by Rybakina, 30-15. Serve to the forehand of Rybakina. Forehand of Mboko is a winner, 40-15. As the return goes back into Mboko. Mboko hits it out. And it's 40-30. Serve again. Into the back of Rybakina. Forehand of Mboko off the tape. In comes Rybakina. She puts it away. We get the deuce. All right, deuce. It's on WTA TV. All right, serve. Into the forehand of Rybakina. Backhand on Mboko. Rybakina gets on the stretch. But overhits it. Advantage on Mboko. Advantage on Mboko. Serving to the backhand of Rybakina. Mboko backhand down the line. Rybakina gets with the forehand. Into the forehand of Mboko. Rybakina forehand again to the forehand of Mboko. Rybakina forehand again. Mboko with the slice again. And Rybakina comes in with a forehand to the backhand of Mboko. Lob goes up. Rybakina backhand cross-court winner. Great shot from Rybakina. Great rally. Back to deuce. Back to deuce. Serve again. Oh, it's an ace. Advantage on Mboko. I find it funny how many people are angry about the emoji on the screen. People getting real up in arms about it. I feel like it's not that deep. You know, his backhand goes in the forehand of Mboko. Rybakina in the net of 5-4. Mboko holds. And Rybakina's going to serve at the set. All right. Alcaraz should be playing Indian Wells, yeah. Why is there a medic bag next to Mboko's name? Because she got treatment on her arm. By the way, she is poking her arm. She has tape on her right arm. She got it after the first set. And, yeah. That is why she has a medical kit next to her name. Mention the channel name, Tennis Talk. This is Tennis Talk with Cam Williams. My name is Cam, and I watch tennis all the time. Every time. Mboko in 3 or 2, okay. I think Mboko can win this, okay. Winner plays Penko, by the way. Rybakina is better hold this time, yeah. Nole is to have that emoji permanently. Okay. All right, serve. Again for Rybakina. She tries to take this second set. She served for the first set. Couldn't take it. Let's see if she can take it this time. As she serves an ace. All right. 15 love. As she says another ace. 30 love. Serve again. Into the back of Mboko. Return to the backhand of Rybakina. Mboko forehand goes wide. 40 love. Rybakina with the 3 set points to take us to a third. And again, like I said in the last match, we've been so lucky. We've been so spoiled with these matches the last 2 days. We've had banger matches the last 2 days on the WTA side. Even on the men's side, there's been some good matches too. But in Doha specifically, Great matches all round. We haven't had a boring match for a couple of days. First serve's a fault. Second serve. Serve at the back of Mboko. Return the backhand of Rybakina. She hits it in the net. On the slice backhand, and it's 40-15. Why can't you share the screen? Because that gets you in trouble, and I'm not in the mood. But I'll tell you what's going to happen. Ready? Rybakina's serving. She's bouncing the ball. She serves. An ace. How easy was that? All right, 6-4, second set. Goes to Rybakina, and we're going 3, baby. Again. We're going 3 again. We have been treated. Oh, yeah, for sure. It's always so much easier staying up all night when the matches are this good. Nearly 2 hours played as well. This has been a bit of a marathon. 1 hour 45. Not the longest match of all time, but for these two who hit the ball pretty hard and serve big, it's kind of getting a bit long. 3 break points in that set. All breaks converted. Just 2 for Rybakina, 1 for Mboko. 5 winners, 10 errors from Mboko. 12 winners and 10 errors from Rybakina. Okay. Final set. Do you think Mboko will quit? Probably not. I don't think so. Yeah, Callan Sky's got to play a late night match again. That's very unfortunate. Canadians don't quit. That's it. Don't quit such a good match. Well, she's not going to. She's not planning on it. Who is winning now? Well, did I say Rybakina in 3? I can't remember. I think I said Rybakina in 3, so I'm going to stick with that. I will stick with that prediction. All right. Mboko to serve first final set. She hits a big serve out wide. Good start. 15 love. As Mboko hits another winner. 30 love. Have I been to a live game? Yeah. All right, 30 love. All right, 4 now Rybakina into the form of Mboko. Rybakina again to the foot of Mboko. To the form of Rybakina. Mboko wins a point though. Rybakina hits it out. 40 love. Will Rybakina get over 23 games? Yeah, yeah. This set is going to be, well, they're going to win 6 games in this set minimum, so it's definitely going to be the over. 6-4, 7-5 is 22, right? So then you just need this game. Backhand Mboko, the backhand of Rybakina. Mboko slice. Into the forehand of Rybakina is Mboko. Forehand again, the forehand of Rybakina. Into the forehand of Mboko. And Mboko hits a winner. There you go. There's 23 games. All right. 1 love on Mboko final set. I think Mboko could be a real successor to Serena, unlike Gauff. Why does she have to be? Why? Why does she have to be a successor to Serena? That doesn't make any sense. She's not even. She's Canadian. All right, Rybakina serves. As a return goes into the front of Rybakina. That's a winner. 15 love. As we just serve into the forehand of Mboko. Up goes a lob. Hey, Carmen, thank you for the €2. Appreciate it. As we just slice now from Rybakina. Mboko with a drop shot. Rybakina with a forehand, but Mboko gets the volley winner. And it's 15-all. All right, serve again from Rybakina. As that goes net by Mboko, 30-15. No, 30-15. By the way, chat, still no one in like the royal box behind the court. I don't know why. There's no one. There hasn't been anyone there all week. There's been like a few people here and there, but it's just it's been very empty. All right, 30-15. 7 to the backhand is a let from Rybakina. 30-15. Serve again. Into the backhand of Mboko. For Rybakina. Goes wide. 30-all. Serving to the back of Mboko. Rybakina backhand. Into the back of Mboko is Rybakina. Forehand again. The back of Mboko. Rybakina wins the point though. Mboko overhits it and it's 40-30. This is such a competitive match. Oh yeah. All right. Good hold. 1-1. Final set. The reason why Mboko has the red cross next to her name is because she is injured. She has an arm injury, an arm issue. All right, 15 love. Mboko could be the greatest Canadian tennis player of all time. Who is the greatest Canadian tennis player currently of all time? In singles. Because in doubles, it's Daniel Nestor, right? He's the greatest Canadian player ever. But in singles, who is the greatest? Is it Andreescu? Is it Raonic? FAA Chapeau? I mean, Andreescu's got a slam, so she kind of... I feel like she... I mean, Bouchard's on that list, but where does she fit? But I feel Andreescu's got to be... On achievements, she's got to be number one, right? Unless there's a Canadian I can't remember from back in the day who won a slam back in the day. Pospisil. I mean, he's on the short list, but I think it has to be Raducanu. 40. Slice goes in the net by Mboko. It's 40-15. It's got to be Andreescu, right? It's got to be Andreescu because she's got a slam. None of the others do. All right, 40-15. As the backhand return goes out by Rybakina, and it's 2-1 on Mboko, final set. Talk about FAA. Yeah, but FAA hasn't won a slam. So, again, it's hard to... if the greatest achievement in tennis is winning a Grand Slam and only one Canadian has done it, then that Canadian must be the greatest. Because they've done the hardest thing, right? Plus, she's also won 1,000 titles. She won Canada and Indian Wells as well. So it's got to be Andreescu as the greatest Canadian tennis player. Or greatest singles player of all time from Canada. And that's the bar. So if Mboko wants to be the best, she has to win a slam and probably get a couple of more 1,000 titles or win multiple slams to overtake Andreescu. I think Andreescu is the bar, right? Dubrovsky? Yeah, but that's in doubles though, right? We're talking singles. We're trying to establish a hierarchy of who is the best, and then what does Mboko have to do to be better than them? Hey, Robin, thank you for the 5 months. And we got a lot of Canadians here, so we can get an accurate answer. I don't think that's a fair compare in that way. How about greatest as consistency? Then who is that then? Who is the greatest based on consistency then? I just feel like you can't look past that Grand Slam. Like, if it's Felix, who you're referring to, like consistency-wise, okay, or Raonic, but I mean they don't have a Grand Slam though, so it's like saying when we had the GOAT debate, right? And it was like, well, this guy has this, and this. And it's like, yeah, but this guy's got more slams. So it always comes back to Grand Slams. Whoever's got more slams wins. And Andreescu's 2019 was a hell of a season. And she's working on... I mean, she still has time to do more, right? She hasn't finished, but... Reynolds is higher ranked in the world? Yeah, okay. Chapo, okay. I can't put Chapo up there though. Not more over Andreescu. All right, 30 love here. Mary Pierce was born in Montreal. Well, then that's the answer. It's Mary Pierce. As we're back in a 30-15. Say Andreescu, FAA. FAA doesn't even have a 1,000 title though, so it's even harder to convince me that it's not Bianca, because FAA, and look, FAA could do all these things. He has potential, but and he could do these things, but she has things that he doesn't have. Trophies, right? Those trophies. Robin.
Watching the match, but listening to you. You're up.
Thank you for the $2. Appreciate it. Cam just likes on Bianca. No, I'm actually making a full, I'm saying. It's not who I prefer. It's just, I'm just basing it on, stats. As Rafa said the other day, Djokovic is the GOAT by statistics. But he said it in a different way that didn't sound like that, because that sounds really bad. Statistically, he has all the numbers. That's what he said. So Bianca has all the numbers. Grand Slam, tick. 1,000, multiple 1,000s, tick. Top 4 ranking, tick. Right, or top 5, I should say, ranking, tick. Wins over great players, tick. FAA has some of those things, but he doesn't have a lot of those things. He has a top 5 ranking. He has wins over big players, but he doesn't have a Grand Slam. He doesn't have 1,000s. So he's not there yet for me. Like I think it's got to be Bianca. Consistency matters, but I don't know if it matters more than a Grand Slam. All right. Nice hitting from Rybakina. FAA is probably either second or Raonic might be ahead of him because he made a final of a slam. So it's either Raonic number 2 or FAA number 2. FAA might be 3 just because he hasn't made a slam final yet. And I'm sorry to say that. And I love it. Like FAA, I love FAA, but yeah, I feel like at the end of the day, your resume, it doesn't matter when you did it, how long you did it. It's like, what's on the resume of Bianca Andreescu? There's a Grand Slam there. There's a Grand Slam final for Raonic, you know. FAA needs to get to a final to be probably second, and then he needs to win a slam to be number 1. But for Mboko, that's what she needs to do too. She just needs to win a slam and win another 1,000, and she could be the best Canadian player we've ever seen. Like the bar's not that high in the Canadian singles tennis. You know, Andreescu set the record. And that's what's so great about Canadian tennis right now is that it's over the last 6-7 years, it's gone from like Bouchard being the player to like this whole group of players now. Like Canadian tennis is stronger than it's ever been as a whole, you know. 30-40, as when Mboko hits back and wins down the line, we get to deuce. So it's not like a diss to say, oh, the bar's set so low. It's like, well, no. It's just that Canadian tennis has never been so good. You know, it hasn't been this good before. So the records are new, right? Everything's new. Winning a Grand Slam or becoming a multiple like 1,000s champion, that's new to Canadian tennis. In singles. Serving the forehand of Rybakina. Forehand from Mboko. There's Rybakina backhand to the backhand of Mboko. Rybakina on the attack. As Mboko backhand slice. Rybakina forehand. That's a winner. Advantage Rybakina. Advantage Rybakina. As we default from Mboko second serve. Bro, I think it's so crazy. I learned the whole game of tennis by coming here. That is crazy. Backhand in the net by Mboko. All right. That means I must be doing my job. So I appreciate that. Thank you. I'm glad that you've learned some stuff by being here. All right. Mboko is in trouble. Rybakina's got the break. 3-2 in the final set. All right. That could be an exercise we do, though. I mean, we could do, maybe that's what we'll do in a rain delay act, or maybe not even a rain delay. Maybe like if there's a delay between matches and we've got like an hour to kill, maybe we could do like the best, what is it called? The best, greatest players per country, maybe? Like, who's the best player per country? Like, who's each country's best player that they've ever had? Because obviously, you know, we know the greatest of all time, and we know that stuff. But like the best players, and we'll try and order them accordingly. That would be fun. And we can start with Canada. Because we're talking about it right now. All right. Rybakina, 15 love. All right. There was Cam's hat again. Where? 15-0. And Rybakina serves again. US players would be insane. That'd be so hard to we'd have to make it just the top 10. We couldn't do an every player that's ever played for America. For America, we could do the top 10 best American players of all time. That would work. Maybe that's what we'll do. We'll stick with top 10 because otherwise, Australia, America, there's just going to be a list too long. All right. Stop inciting riots. Relax, buddy. All right, backhand winner there by Mboko, 30-0. 30-0. What other Canadian tennis players are there? What other players have been around the last 10 years? In singles. Serve out wide the forehand of Mboko. Mboko in the net, 40-30. All right, 40-30. Rybakina to go to 4-2. Bouchard, Raonic, Pospisil, Diallo. Yeah, I've got all those down. Marino, that's a good one. Oh, Fernandez. Yes, Fernandez. Ooh, that's an interesting one. We didn't even mention Layla. Where does Layla fit into the equation? Because Layla's got to be... Is Layla ahead of FAA or behind FAA? That's an interesting one. Layla's an interesting one. 4-2. Layla's got to be ahead of Chapo, but maybe behind Felix or ahead of Felix. As Rybakina hits out in the return. So she's probably fourth? Maybe? But she has a Grand Slam final. All right, good serve there by Mboko, and she holds. She's ahead of FAA. You put Fernandez ahead of FAA. There must be players from Canada back in the... There must be players back in the 90s and 80s that were playing for Canada that we don't know and we should respect. We've got to give some respect to some players that we don't remember or that we're not familiar with. The Canadian Tennis Hall of Fame has got a lot of people in it, and I'm put my hand up and say I don't know most of them. So, in fact, I don't know any of them. So we need to respect that. Because there's got to be some players that did some... the first quarter finalist at a Grand Slam. Who was that for Canada? That kind of thing. Because it probably wasn't Milos Raonic. There was probably someone before him. And Greg's, you would be the best resource, I think. Patricia High, is that how you pronounce it? She's not in the Canadian Hall of Fame. What's going on? Oh, yeah, here we go. So, yeah, quarterfinals of the US Open back in 1992. Yeah. She definitely got to be on that list. All right. Nice hitting, Brian Boca, love 15. Yeah, she's got to be on that list. Love 15. And Boca wants that break back. We've had a lot of breaks and break backs. Cilic just won the first set. Nice. All right, as that goes down the line for a winner for Rybakina, 15 all. $15 as Rybakina serves again. As with a 4 now. Oh, no, that goes out by Rybakina. All right, 15-30. Whoops. 15-30. Chance for Mboko to break back. Serving to the forehand of Mboko. Forehand from Rybakina. Mboko gets on the stretch. Goes in. Rybakina backhand. Now Mboko back in the rally. Backhand to backhand. And Rybakina in the net. And Mboko gets 2 break back points. To get back on serve. All right, Rybakina serves. Into the backhand of Mboko. Good return. Rybakina backhand is Mboko. Backhand again. The backhand of Rybakina. Mboko goes down the line but wide. Okay, 30-40. Still break point here from Mboko. By the way, chat, we've had that many good matches the last couple of days. We have been so spoiled. $30-40. Return goes into the back of Rybakina. As Mboko slices on the stretch. Rybakina cross-court forehand. And Mboko slices it back again. Rybakina shanks it long. And we're back on serve. 4-all. And Mboko breaks back. 4-4. Oh, man, what a set. What a match again. These two played epics last night. We're just coming off an epic as well. All right, Mboko back on serve. She serves down the tee, the backhand of Rybakina. Mboko backhand into the forehand of Rybakina. To the foot of Mboko. Rybakina backhand cross court. Mboko gets it. There's Rybakina backhand again. Mboko with a slice. Rybakina comes in with a volley. Mboko with a pass, but Rybakina's got an easy volley win. I love 15. What a match again, I know, right? God, chat again. WTA just delivering. So, speaking of Felix, by the way, he's up 4-2 against Medvedev. All right, Mboko, good serve, 15-all. Serve is into the forehand of Rybakina. Backhand on Mboko. Is Rybakina forehand to the forehand of Mboko. Mboko hits it long. Rybakina too strong. 15-30. $15-30. There's a bit of fault. Second serve. Seven to the back and Rybakina return the net. 30-all. Hey, Linda, thank you for the gifted membership. Appreciate that. $30-all. So don't see the backhand of Rybakina. Mboko backhand to the backhand of Rybakina. And in the net by Rybakina. 40-30 on Mboko. To take the lead in this final set. 40-30. As the return goes into the forehand of Mboko. That's a good shot. Rybakina gets it with a forehand cross court. And Mboko goes down the line. Rybakina's slice goes in the net. And Mboko takes the lead. Okay. From 4-2 down, she's back in front. And now Rybakina is serving to stay in the match. Chat, we have had 5 great matches in the last 24 to 48 hours. It's been awesome. Just at this tournament. There's been other matches too in other tournaments that have been pretty good too. But this one, in Doha, we have had so many good matches over the last couple of days. It's just been so fun. Like, we had a few upsets early in the first couple of rounds. Then we had a couple of predictable results. And then we started to have these crazy epics, which is just continuing. I mean, this is... Last night we watched Zhang play Rybakina in a similar match. And Mboko played yesterday against Andreeva in a very similar match. Earlier today we had Sakari Swiatek, which was a very similar scoreline as well. Went down to the wire. Probably all started when Anisimova Pliskova played that 3-setter that didn't end up finishing. But since then, you know, we've had just some crazy matches over the last couple of days that have just been so much fun. And remember, this is, if you're new to tennis, this is at one level below Grand Slam. So this is a big, big tournament. You know, you've got Australian Open is one of the biggest ones, and then this is one of the second level of event. This is a big deal. Which is why we're seeing what it feels like, you know, Grand Slam level matchups, right? All right, 5-4. Rybakina serving to stay in the match. Backhand return to the backhand of Rybakina. She goes down line wide. And it's love 15. Love 15. Serve again. Into the corner of Mboko. Rybakina comes to the net. Mboko with a lob. Rybakina can't get it! She went for the jumping backhand pirouette, but she missed it. Love 30. This feels like the first set. Love 30 on Mboko. Beautiful lob. Rybakina is not short. Great lob. All right, Rybakina serves again. That's a fault. Second serve. Remember, winner of this plays Ostapenko. Serving the forehand of Mboko. Good return. Rybakina backhand. Down the line as Mboko slices it back. Rybakina. Forehand goes long. We got match points for Vicky Mboko to beat the Australian Open champ. Love 40. And to get into the top 10. Okay. Rybakina is in big trouble. Rybakina serves. Out wide. Good return from Mboko. Rybakina forehand is too good. Puts it away. 15-40. One saved. One match point saved. Serve again. Into the backhand of Mboko. Backhand of Rybakina. Cross court. Mboko. Again to the backhand of Rybakina. Oh, goes in! Mboko slices it wide. Oh, man. Rybakina is hitting it so close to the lines. 30-40. Match point number 3. Mboko just goes, oh, man. What could I do? On the line from Rybakina. Match point number 3. For Mboko. To get to the semis, knock out the Australian Open champ. Serve out wide, the backhand of Mboko. Return is sliced. In comes Rybakina. Oh, she put it in! Yes, she did! Oh, back of the line again! You wouldn't know it because Rybakina turns around like she was meant to hit it on the line. Mboko unlucky because the last 2 shots have been on the line by Rybakina. Deuce. As Rybakina serves. That's a fault. Second serve. Ice Queen. Yep. Ice Queen. Serve again, Rybakina. Into the body of Mboko. Return goes in. Rybakina slices. It comes to the net. Mboko pass. Rybakina can't volley it. Mboko too strong. Match point number 4. For Vicky Mboko. To knock the Australian Open champion out. All right. Rybakina serves. A fault. Second serve. Second serve in the back of Mboko. Good return. Rybakina goes in the net! Mboko wins! And she's into the top 10. What a comeback. Comes back from 4-2 down? And she gets the win, and Rybakina's out. The upsets continue. First Swiatek, now Rybakina. And this tournament is going to be won by somebody outside the top 10. Ostapenko's going to play on Mboko tomorrow in the semis. The other one's going to be Sakkari versus whoever wins the next match. Wow. She was 3-5 down first set. She comes back to win 7-5. She was 2-4 down in the final set. She comes back to win 6-4. What a comeback in both ways for Mboko. Huge comeback. A star is born. She's been a star since Canada. Like, it's not today. We already knew Mboko was a star. Man, what a win. And doesn't really, just kind of like, I mean, yeah, she just kind of is like, cool, like, won. Wow. She takes out Andreeva by saving match points. And she takes out Rybakina, the Australian Open champion, who no one knows how to beat. Pretty much no one over the last couple of months. Man, and now she's in the top 10. I mean, that's how you get in the top 10. You beat the top 10. You beat the top 10, you make the top 10. And she's in the top 10. And now she plays Penko tomorrow, which is going to be a very fun matchup. Have they ever played? Did they play last year or have they never played? Oh, first time meeting. Ooh, interesting. That is an interesting matchup. Interesting. If you are leaving, by the way, don't forget to subscribe. I hope her arm's okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, she got a medical timeout after the first set, so, and it didn't seem to affect her play. But, you know, when she cools down, adrenaline wears off. We'll find out tomorrow if it's something to worry about. But what a comeback. I don't see Penko beating Mboko. I don't know. I mean, it might be Penko's week. Cam has influenced me to watch and enjoy WTA matches. Thanks. Hey, no worries. All right, Mboko's into the semis. God, imagine she wins another 1,000. That'd be so incredible. I'm enjoying WTA because Sinner isn't playing, okay? What does the Penko and Mboko match look like? It's going to be a lot of hard hitting. It's going to be big hitting. Big serving, big hitting. I think Mboko might frustrate Penko a little bit, I think. Mboko should be the favorite. If Penko wins, I'm going to lose it. I'll tell you, if I had to pick the final, I would say it would be cool to get Mboko versus Mukova. Because I think Mukova, she is way better than her trophy cabinet. She deserves to be in a big final and try and win a 1,000. And if Mboko won, that'd be awesome to see her win too. But I want to see that as the final, I think. I mean, Sakkari's already got a 1,000, but I wouldn't mind. I mean, her winning wouldn't be... To be honest, if any of them win from now, it's deserved. But I think like an Mboko versus Mukova final, or a Sakkari. I mean, Sakkari and Mboko, either way. But I would love, like, Mukova's probably she should have a 1,000. She's only got a 250 title from like 7 years ago. But yeah. But now it's wide open. You got Mboko as the highest seed remaining at number 10. Yeah, crazy. I mean, even though Sabalenka didn't play, it's been carnage for everybody else. February does that though. It happens like that. Ostapenko better be on her best behavior. Yeah, Penko might just get annoyed by Mboko's constant serving. This is why we love WTA, yeah. This doesn't happen on the men's side. You're not getting upsets like this in the 1,000s consistently. WTA is amazing, unlike ATP, which is stuck on Sinkeraz. Well, yeah, Sinkeraz is dominating for now, but yeah. Kalinskaya has no titles. Well, yeah, if she won one, that'd be great too. I mean, yeah, somebody, like, we're getting a first-time champion here. Actually, no, sorry, Penko won this before, right? No, so Penko made the final. She didn't win this. Not yet. Yeah, Penko doesn't have a 1,000 title either. So wait, so Sakkari and Mboko, the only two 1,000 champ. Oh no, yeah, they're the only two. Where was Vukov? I don't know. We were speculating that maybe he was sick, which is why he wasn't there. You know, the last couple of matches. But I tell you, him not being there is a big deal. You can tell that. I mean, we saw he was there on the first match. He was there through the Australian Open. He wasn't there the last 2 days, and Rybakina struggled. So it shows how important he is for Rybakina in the coach's box. I'm not saying that she lost because he wasn't there, but him not being there definitely changes the dynamic, and at least when he's there, it helps. For sure, you know. But who knows? Maybe he was sick. Maybe he had to go back to Europe. Like, who knows? Who knows why he was not there? But on Mboko, what a comeback! She was down 4-2 in that final set. And now Swiatek stays at number 2 as well. So Swiatek stays at 2. So she, even though she lost today, she survives or keeps her ranking for another week. But yeah. Mental toughness at its best, yeah. Yeah, Mukova beat Rybakina at the start of the year. So it's not the only time that she's lost this year, but she won like 22 out of 23 matches or something. So it was huge. Huge win for Mboko. Now the head-to-head's 2-all. That's interesting too. Yeah, so Regal, you're not. It's not Mboko or Ostapenko who had an argument at the US Open. That was Townsend. Mboko, it wasn't Mboko. Mboko and Ostapenko never played. Great for Vicky. She's in the top 10 now. Yeah. A year ago, she was like 200 in the world. Does Mboko do well against Rybakina because of return to serve? I mean, I think it's because she can serve with Rybakina. Like, she can hold her serve, right? Her serve is, you know, she doesn't have other players that lose to Rybakina lose on the returning side, but she has a great serve. So, you know, Rybakina can't attack it like she would be able to, a Swiatek, for example. All right. But I'm out of here. What a day. What a day. We've had another big day, another bunch of big matches. It's been another big day, and tomorrow we've got semifinals. You've got a crazy Alcaraz collection? I sure do. And we'll do it all again tomorrow because we've got semifinals. Mboko will play Penko. We'll find out who plays Sakkari. We're not watching the next match, but when we'll find out between Kalinskaya and Mukova who's going to play Sakkari. But man, what a what a day! What a crazy day again with epic matches just like yesterday. But Mboko wins 7-5, 4-6, 6-4. She takes out Rybakina, the Australian Open champion, in a close 3-setter, which went for almost 2.5 hours, and she's into the semis of a 1,000 again. And she could win the whole thing. I mean, she is the highest ranked player left in the draw. She'll take on Penko tomorrow. I'll see you then. Thanks for hanging out.